Joke number 1. There was a man who was very particular about finding a wife whom he thought was innocent and pure. To meet such a woman, he decided to start attending church, believing he would find someone with the qualities he desired there during his visits. He met a young lady who appeared to be quite nice, so he decided to invite her to his home. When they arrived at his house, he wanted to test her innocence. He revealed his private part and asked her, "What's this?" The young lady looked at it and simply replied. Hearing her response, the man concluded that she wasn't as pure as he had hoped. Some time passed, and he encountered a second woman who seemed to be very pure. She was reluctant to go to his home, but after a considerable amount of time, she finally agreed. Hoping for a different outcome, he again showed his private part and asked, "What is this?" This time, the woman giggled shyly and said, "A PP." The man was overjoyed. Thinking he had finally found a woman who met his standards of purity, they eventually got married. But months into their marriage, every time she saw his private part, she would giggle and refer to it as your PP. One day, he couldn't take it anymore and corrected her, saying, "Look, this is not a PP, it is a." She laughed and said, "No, it's not a PP. It's 10 inches long and black." At a local bar, there was a man who had been drinking quite a bit. He was very drunk and decided that he needed to use the restroom. He got up from his seat and staggered towards the restroom. Arriving there a few moments later, some time went by, and suddenly, the bartender and the other patrons heard a terrifying scream coming from the direction of the restroom. The scream was so loud and alarming that it started to cause discomfort among the other customers, and some even began to leave the bar due to the disturbance. Concerned about what was happening and the impact it was having on his business, the bartender decided to investigate. He made his way towards the restroom to find out what was causing such a commotion. Upon reaching the restroom, the bartender found the drunk man and asked him what was wrong. The drunk man, looking bewildered and in pain, said to the bartender, "I don't get it, but every time I try to flush the toilet, something is squeezing my nuts really hard. Can you please check and tell me what's going on?" The bartender, a bit hesitant but wanting to help, said to the man, "Buddy, I'm not sure how to break this to you, but you're sitting in the mop bucket." A husband often told his wife, "Darling, you have such a beautiful butt." Remarkably, this wasn't just his view. Everyone in their town agreed that the wife indeed had a very beautiful butt. As the husband's birthday drew near, the wife thought hard about a unique and memorable gift. She remembered how often her husband complimented her on her posterior, and the idea struck her, a tattoo. She visited a local tattoo parlor and, upon entering, said to the tattoo artist, "My husband thinks I have a beautiful butt." The tattoo artist took a look and agreed, saying, "Yes, you do have a beautiful butt." She then told the tattoo artist, "I want beautiful but tattooed on my SS." However, the tattoo artist raised a practical concern. He said, "I can't fit that on your SS. It takes up too much space. But I'll tell you what. I will tattoo the letters BB on each cheek, and that can stand for beautiful butt." The wife liked the idea and agreed to get it done. On her husband's birthday, she was wearing only a robe and positioned herself at the top of the stairs. As soon as he opened the door, she greeted him excitedly, saying, "Look, dear." She then removed the robe she was wearing, bent over, and expected a delighted reaction. Instead, her husband yelled out, "Who the heck is Bob?" A man and a woman found themselves engaged in a lively debate over drinks one evening. The topic of their discussion was who derived more pleasure from lovemaking. The man confidently stated, "It's obvious that men enjoy lovemaking more than women. Isn't it clear from how much we men are focused on getting to have sex?" The woman, not convinced by his argument, replied, "That doesn't really prove your point. Let me give you something to think about. Imagine you have an itch in your ear, and you use your finger to scratch it by putting it inside your ear and wiggling it round. Then, after you're done and you pull your finger out, which one do you think feels more satisfied, your ear or your finger?"